Hello everyone, my name is Animesh Sinha and today I'll be presenting the topic Neuralink. I am currently a third year BTech CSE student studying in Bennett University in School of Computer Science, Engineering and Technology. I am presenting Neuralink. Neuralink is a technology developed by Elon Musk. So Bennett University is a great university. It's a university by Times Group. It is situated in Greater Noida, near Pari Chowk. It is a great university which focuses on startups and research. We have many subjects here, like BTech CSE, BTech Mechanical, BTech Engineering Physics, and other subjects such as BCA, BBA, MBA, BTech, BBLLB, BLLB, and BGMC, to name some. We also have PhD students studying here who help us as our teaching assistants. They help us in labs and in some tutorials. And we have great infrastructure here at Bennett University. Also, we have great food items and food options available here at Bennett University. So, coming to introduction or the contents that will be covered in this video presentation. First, I'll be covering introduction, like what is Neuralink? Where is it used? What is its use? What it can do and what how can it help us? Second, the second content will be concepts used in building the Neuralink, building the device by Elon Musk. Then I'll thoroughly explain what is Neuralink. Then I will explain how does it work and how does it look. Then I'll show a demo of working, and then I'll list some pros and cons, and I'll also then let you guys know about the applications of Neuralink. So, introduction. In this slide, we will cover basic knowledge about Neuralink. How does it work? What is like how what is its interface and all. So, as the days are passing by, we come across new and latest inventions which use artificial intelligence or AI to ease the usage of devices such as Google Home or Alexa. They are some kind of AIs which help us in day-to-day usage. This sudden surge in the usage of AI has increased insecurity among humans that it can leave us of no use. Because in many areas we can see AIs are taking over. AIs are very much predominant in those areas. So that's why this is a valid point that this might leave us jobless at some point of time. And then out came the solution. We have the solution, mix both intelligence and achieve a symbiosis between human and AI. So to achieve this, Elon Musk came up with the technology neural lace, and as well as a brain-machine interface. So, concepts used coming to brain-machine interface or BMI. So what is this BMI thing? Brain-machine interface or brain-to-machine interface (B2M) is an interface through which we can connect ourselves to any machine which is capable of reading the inputs from our brain. Remember in the sci-fi novels and sci-fi animations, we used to see people controlling objects using their brain. So they used to put some device in their brain or on their skull, which you allowed them to control things around them. So that is what a BMI is. And due to Elon Musk, this thing is no more fictional. This is true in real life now. So this brain-machine interface holds the power to help people with a wide range of clinical disorders, such as dysfunctional sensory and motor functions, Alzheimer's, people who are paralyzed and can't move anything. They can use this thing, the BMI thing, to move objects. So this is what BMI can do. So what is neural network? So let's start with the brain. The way our brain functions, it is quite interesting. Our brain is made up of brain cells and neurons. Neurons are like a transport system for our thoughts and actions. Everything we can sense, we can feel, we can see, we can touch, even we can taste and listen to. This is due to the help of neurons. These things transfer the sensory information to our brain so that we can feel that we touched it, we saw it, we felt it, everything like that. So the scientists around the world estimate that there are around 100 billion neurons in the human brain, which govern the working of the brain. 100 billion, that is a huge amount of neurons. This is what neurons come in handy. This is where neurons come in handy so that they can help us in making a BMI and making it successful. So, what is neural lace, the technology developed by Elon Musk? Neural lace is an ultra thin mesh which will be implanted inside the skull and will form a body of electrodes which will be able to monitor the function of human brain. So, neural lace is a very thin mesh which is surgically implanted in your brain. After it has been implanted in your brain, it will form a body of electrodes as a neuron. Neurons pointed body has electrodes, as you can see in the image. So this will be able to monitor the functions of the human brain. This ultra thin mesh is inserted using a tiny needle, which contains a rolled up mesh. After the mesh is implanted inside the brain surgically, it will integrate itself with the human brain and creates a perfect symbiosis between human and machine, as there will be a part of machine which will be inside the brain, on the brain, and the brain will be using it to control things and all. Now, what is Neuralink? As I've said before, Neuralink is a technology, is a company owned by Elon Musk. But what does this device do specifically? So Neuralink's brain-machine interface technology sinks electrodes into the brain, then uses a chip to communicate with computers outside your skull. So, as I said before, it will be implanted surgically inside your brain, the mesh. Then it will expand into layers of electrodes, which will then look for Wi-Fi signals or any other kind of electronic signals to communicate to other objects, other machines outside your skull, such as a Wi-Fi router or a machine which can have access to Wi-Fi and many things like that. How Neuralink will use neurons? This is the question where many of us have been asking. So, Neuralink will set up electrodes which will read those impulses, amplify them, and send them to a machine which will then work accordingly. These electrodes support writing also, which can help in treatment of brainly disorders, such as Alzheimer's. So, Neuralink can be helped in in treating Alzheimer's. So, how does Neuralink work? Neuralink works in five major steps. Five: creation of threads, stitching of threads into the tissue, reading the signals and cleaning them, transmission of signal to the amplifier, and finally, application of signals and transmission to the machines. So, what is creation of threads? After this device is surgically implanted into your brain, it will develop into a layer of electrodes. These threads are also known as electrodes, which are then stitched into the stitched into the tissues. The electrodes are stitched into the tissues used by the machine. Then these threads or electrodes read the signals and then clean them, like remove the noise from the signal and all. Then these signals are transmitted to the amplifier, which is outside the brain. And then amplification after signals are amplified and transmitted, these signals are then transmitted to the machines, which will be hearing for these signals and then work according to the command issued by these signals. So now to explain further, what are threads or what are electrodes? Threads are the ultra-thin, flexible polymer which will contain the electrodes and will transfer the information and signals to the transmitter. These threads, merely of 4 to 6 micrometers, are thinner than a human hair, which are of average 17 micrometers, and have a length of 20 micrometers. And the electronics used in this device will be the electronics are built around Neuralink's custom application specific integrated circuits, also known as ASIC, which consists of 256 individually programmable amplifiers, analog pixels, on chip analog to digital converters, ADCs, and peripheral control circuitry for serializing the digital outputs. So electronics in layman's term, 256 individually programmable amplifiers, analog pixels, on-chip analog to digital converters, and peripheral control circuitry for serializing digital outputs. These things will be used in transmitting the signal. So what is a robot? The robot is designed with the sole purpose of inserting the threads in the least invasive manner. Here, this robot is a surgical robot. Neuralink has developed a robotic insertion approach for inserting flexible probes or threads, allowing fast and reliable insertion of large numbers of threads targeted to avoid vasculature and record from dispersed brain regions. How does it look? So as from the image, you can see how it looks. Then this is a demo of working. You can see here it is being tested on a pig, and this is how it is read, like how the Neuralink reads and predicts signals. And this is how a Neuralink looks like: 1024 channel, 1024 channels per link, 23 millimeter into 8 millimeter, flush with skull, invisible, 6-axis IMU, temperature, pressure, etc. Megabit wireless data rate, post compression, all day battery life. So pros, this can be used to fix Alzheimer's, dementia, spinal cord injuries, as Neuralink specifically works with neurons. Cons, there are no cons as of now, but an electronic device inside a human skull, even though it is implanted surgically, is still not being accepted by a large amount of communities across some countries, including India. Some applications for visual prosthesis. One of the engineers at Neuralink who works in the visual neuroscience department said that this project has the potential to provide a visual prosthesis for people who have retinal injury or blindness through eye injury. For telepathy, Musk called this communication a non-linguistic conceptual telepathy. An oscilloscope for brain. Oscilloscopes provide visual information of printed circuit boards, PCBs. Similarly, the Neuralink device can shed light on many functions of the brain. Nostalgia on demand. Memories fade, they get replaced, edited through narratives. As years pile up, the original version is no longer there. Though this sounds straight like out of a movie Memento, it is unfortunately true. Good learning. Being the creator of artificial intelligence, we shouldn't hold ourselves lowly than the creation. Because even though it is learning new things, we are the ones who made it, and it will always remain as a helper to us if used in a constructive way. Thank you so much. This was my presentation on Neuralink, technology and a device developed by Elon Musk. This is Animesh Sinha, enrollment number E19 CSE 434, currently a student of BTech CSE third year in Bennett University. And this was my presentation. Thank you so much.